So for this video, we're going to make some little baby cubes ready for the royal baby. So what I've done is I've made some Rice Krispie treats. Now all you need is butter, marshmallows and Rice Krispies, which are mixed together. Now I'll put up on the screen the quantities you need of each. What I've done is once I've mixed it together, I've put it in a tray, pushed it in and just let it set, and then once it's set, I've just cut it into little cubes that we're going to create our little baby blocks with. So in this video we're going to use the Renshaws ready dyed fondant. So I've got a ruby red one, a navy blue and then a white one, which I thought were nice for Union Jack colours to use. So taking some of the white fondant, I'm just going to dust my work surface with a little bit of corn flour. So I'm just going to roll this out, and what I'm going to do is taking one of our little blocks, I'm just going to put a little bit of water onto, only a really small amount, onto my fondant, and I'm going to push that in. And what I'm going to do is now just cut around the bottom in line with it, so you should be creating a bit of a square. Okay, so just got that to start with, and then what we can do is a little bit of water on the next bit, turn it over, we'll do the next side, and we're just going to keep doing this until we've fully covered our little baby block all over. So you'll see we do have joins around the block where we've just cut, so we'll add a little edging to cover those up. So for the edging, I'm going to use some blue and some red, and we're just going to roll these out nice and flat, so reasonably thin. I'll do the same with the red one in a minute. And what we're going to do is cut some strips, just they're going to be wide enough that they cover the edges of our cube that we've made. I mean, the trick is to try and get them the same size. You can measure them if you prefer. And what we're going to want to do is once it goes on the edge of one of our blocks, we're going to want to cut it at a diagonal into the corners, like so. So it fits nicely along that edge. So I'm just going to put a little bit of water and then stick that into place. And then we'll add the next one along. Just making sure it comes together in the corners. So I'm going to do this one in blue and then I'll do another one in red. So I'm just pushing my knife, the flat side of my knife against all the edges to try and make sure that they're straight. And we're going to turn it over, and we're going to keep doing that now on the other sides. So once we've covered the edges of our blocks, we're going to create little Union Jacks for the centre. Now you can make letters, hearts, all sorts of different things. So you might want to keep some completely plain blue and red. Let's put in the odd heart, the odd A and B, C. And then you might want to do some as the odd Union Jack. So we're starting with the blue for the base of it. So I've rolled that out nice and thin. I'm going to roll out some white. And I do have another video where we do Union Jacks, so you can have a look at that one as well, see if that one's any easier for you to follow. So I'm just going to cut some strips of white for our cross. And it doesn't need to be very big, because whatever shape we cut out has to fit within this little section here. So it won't need to be huge. So we're just going to put a little cross onto our fondant, like so. And then we're going to put another one in the opposite direction. And I'm going to cut the next one a little bit thinner. And what I'm going to do is just cut a small point in the end so that when we add it, we can slot it into that corner. So once you've done your white, we can put some red across. I'm going to do this lots of times for each of the different bricks, although I'll just show you it the ones on the video. So once we've rolled that nice and fine, I'm going to cut out some more stripes. So just make sure they're a little bit thinner than the white is, and we're just going to stick these over here. Just make sure you can see the white at either side. Cut another strip the same thickness. And I'm going to put it so it goes to the edge there, and to the edge the other side. Trying to line them up if you can. Okay, and now we need some slightly thinner red lines for the white bits on the flag. So we're going to go nice and thin. And I'm going to start just slightly back, like so. So it doesn't quite join into the centre, doesn't this one? Just make sure you put water on as well. So I'm going to choose a cutter. Now you can use assortments of shapes as long as they fit within this bit. So I think I might go for a heart for this one. What I'm going to do is try and get it in the centre of my Union Jack to push out like so. And then I can stick that in the centre of my cube, on my baby block. Okay, and you can keep doing things like that now for each of the different sides, or you can use the outside bit to put on one of your sides as well. So if we were going to add this bit on, we'll just stick a little bit of water on the edge of one of our other blocks. Then you're not wasting the edge bit that you've made. Try and get that as central as we can, and then you can cut the edge off. You can do that in an assortment of different shapes with your cutters. You can use little alphabet cutters to put letters on as well. So I've just got some letter cutters, so I'll just see if I can cut out an A. I've done it a little bit thick. And you can stick that again on one of the sides of your block. You can also put a little crown shape on one of the sides as well. So what we're going to do for our little crown is we're just going to cut out a nice basic shape. So we're just going to cut a triangle out the centre there, and then we'll cut on either side to create another triangle. Just check that it fits somewhere. I think it's going to be a little bit big, so what we'll do is we'll make it a little bit smaller. And I'm just going to cut these just a tiny bit shorter. Okay, so that gives us our little crown. So we'll stick that in the top of our cube like so, and then using a bit more of the red, I'm just going to add a little dot to the top of each of the points on the crown. And then I'm also going to roll a little fat bit to go across the bottom of our crown down here. So that's just going to go across the bottom like so, and if you want another line, we'll just put a slightly smaller one above. Like so. And I'm going to put some of this edging around this one so you can see what that looks like as well. That's starting to neaten that one off a little bit, so I'll do this all the way around. And I'll keep going and then I'll show you a picture of them finished. Thank you for watching.
If you liked this video and would like to see more, please click on the images of the other videos suggested. Also, please do subscribe to my channel using the button at the bottom right hand corner of the screen. You can also visit my cake website and my Facebook page to see more cakes and ideas.